Jeremy Dias. Go for it. He's going to use the rock.
All right. Woo!
I want to be able to see all of you. When I was in grade 12, my parents moved me to Sault Ste. Marie. I'd been there for 2.5 years, and in grade 12, it was October. And it was raining outside. I knew instantly it would be a bad day. We've all had a bad day. You've had a bad day. And you know what it feels like. On this day, I walked to school and my umbrella broke. And I got drenched with rain. When I got to school, my vice principal told me someone had graffitied my locker overnight, and I had to spend French period cleaning off the graffiti. My janitor was afraid of catching the AIDS from the faggot that went to the school. I was the only brown kid that went to the school and the only fag, and my life was a living hell. As I washed off graffiti, I realized I'd been in hospital twice and my parents still didn't even know. I got harassed, I got pushed around, I got made fun of every day of my life, and I had come to accept it as a reality. As the period ended, I cleaned the graffiti off and I went to English class. In English class, someone had ripped up my homework and the pieces of paper spelled gay on my desk, like a little reminder that I did not belong. My friend tried to wipe the piece of paper onto the floor, but I'd already seen it. I went to the library after class to print off another copy, but my librarian had mysteriously run out of paper, and so I ran home in the rain and walked all the way back. Soaked, wet, tired, hungry, I gave my homework to my teacher, trying to explain to her what had happened. She wrote the word late on it, slammed the door in my face, and told me to fuck off. I walked up the stairs towards science class, and on my way, 2 guys called me a fag in the hallway. I turned around to say something like, "You guys are jerks," or "How'd you know?" or "Did you like my shoes?" But they didn't even look back at me. For them, it was 1 second of their fucking lives, and for me, it was every goddamn day. That moment was like a paper cut, cutting my soul, and I was no longer bleeding. There was nothing left, just an open wound that kept on being poked at and prodded. For them, it was a joke, and yet for me, it was every day of my life. I got to science class, and my teacher put us into groups. I got put with some girl and this guy called Mike. Mike hated gay people, and for the first 10 minutes of class, to the announcement of everyone in the room, he called me a fag. Why am I with the fag? I don't want to be in the fag group. Fucking niggers. Any normal human being would stand up for themselves. Any normal human being would say something, and yet I looked inside myself and I saw nothing there to defend. I saw nothing there to save. I saw nothing there to stand up for. 2.5 years had eaten away at me, and I believed all the shitty things that people said about me, and I wanted to die. For 10 minutes, Mike made fun of me, and I had no words. All I could think about was how much easier it would be if I wasn't around, if I didn't have to bear this. If only I was straight and white and fucking Justin Bieber.
We love Justin Bieber.
You can take that either way. I wanted to die. It wasn't an uncommon feeling in my life, and yet for that day, it particularly felt poignant. That day, it felt so palatable, it felt like the only solution I had left. Until the girl beside me told him to stop. He looked at her and he said, "Why?" And she said, "Because I said so. Let's blow up this volcano, let's get out of class." And I was shocked because this had never happened to me before. Never in my life had anyone ever stood up for me. More interestingly, never had anyone stop bullying me. I tried everything. I tried telling teachers, not telling teachers, telling my parents, not telling my parents, walking away, not walking away. I tried everything, and this one girl tells him to stop and he does? She's a witch. I went up to class after her and I asked her why she stood up for me. I asked her what she did, why she cared. She looked at me and she's like, well, I've seen you around school for the last couple of years and it's unfortunate that people make fun of you. You just seem like a nice guy. And that was the most fucked up part. Because at a moment when I looked inside myself and I saw no reason for saying anything, no reason to stand up for myself, no reason to give my own life voice, she looked at me and she saw a nice guy. Not all of us have Jessicas in our life. I sued my high school. I sued my school board because they failed to protect me. They failed to defend my right to go to school, and I won. That was 5 years ago. I used the money to start a charity called Jared's Vision, and I'm sorry that we're based in Ontario because I love your city. We go across Canada and we go to rural communities like northern Alberta. Believe it or not. Towns of 100 and 200 people, and what we do is we volunteers tell our story so that those kids for whom it's just a second in their lives understand what it is to bear the burden of everyday bullying, to bear the crush, the pain, the cross that it is to be ourselves. And we make change. This week, I have gone to 2 schools every day, speaking to almost everybody in every school, from Delta to Surrey to Burnaby, and I am determined to continue.
Yeah!
And more than that, I don't want your hope. I don't want your well wishes, and I don't want your purple t-shirts. I want each and every one of you to get involved. Yeah. Our community has become apathetic, and it is an embarrassment.
Yeah.
I am a fucking queer, and my people fought at Stonewall. My people demanded gay marriage. My people go to Jamaica, and we dance to music when they call me Batty Boy. When I walk in the streets of Poland, I am an out gay man, and I do not let those skinheads call me anything else. We have problems in our world. We have a government that is criminalizing HIV. We have 80 countries in our world where we can't even be ourselves. 10 of those countries want to kill us. And I say no. We have gay youth committing suicide. I sat on a network call with all of the GSA organizations from across North America. Do you know how many suicides we've counted? 600. From September to Friday of last week. Not 6. That is unacceptable, and that is the same number we had last year and the same number we had the year before. We have not treated our trans people right. We have not treated our drag queens right. We have not supported queers with disabilities and visible minorities and queers who are living in rural communities. Shame on us for not doing enough. Shame on us for thinking that gay marriage was the end of our battle, because it's only the beginning. If you want to get involved, see me after. I have a card. There are 5 ways that you can stop homophobia right now. 5 ways you can get involved. And if you don't want to talk to me because you're scared of me, talk to the people from out in schools, community, and the other amazing organizations in your community. And if you're still too scared, give your money. And you have no excuse not to do that. We have problems in our world, and I demand that we fix them. I will spend my entire life traveling across Canada, the US, Europe, telling my story, and I encourage you to find your voice and do the same. It is only until we find our voice and we use it that we will make this world better. It's not a purple shirt and it's not hope. It's not well wishes and looking to the future. It is actual movement. And our community has been defined by that movement, and our community will be defined by that movement. And as we reshape the world in our image, there will be no suicide. There will be no hate. There will be the love that we feel for each other right now. Thank you.